Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another episode of Behind the Corner, where I take you behind the scenes of running Bauer's Game Corner and talk about a variety of different things. And today we're going to be talking about how much money I earned in November of 2021, the entire month. And this month we're going a little bit more in-depth, as I'm going to be talking about how I use Amazon associate links and how much I made on those, my Patreon, and also my Fiverr. We're going to talk a little bit about how I have money coming in all different directions. But since this is YouTube, we're going to start with the YouTube revenue, because I think that's what most people would probably be interested in. And so this is from November 1st to November 30th, 2021. And I am really happy with this. And we're gonna bump this, but you can see, so subscribers, happy with that number, 110, great number, up from last month. 71 in October, 140 in September, but that was during peak convention season when I was doing lots of different coverage. Also had a big bump in April. Oh yeah, that was from the Stellaris. That was a big break. I had a Kickstarter video I did that was really, really popular. But let's break this down daily. Let's start looking at this daily. I will say, though, I was just very happy overall with my month. And part of the reason why was I discovered something. I was trying to see if it would work, is really working well for me. And we're going to analyze that really good. So first thing you probably want to see, we'll just get into it. So how much am I making a day on YouTube from ads? And really high, great numbers. Like, I'm really happy with these numbers. And I think if I bump this to the last 365 days, you'll see why. And that's because, you know, typically I was bringing, we want monies. We want monies here. Typically, I'd be bringing in $7, $5, $6, and that was always about my range. I was making about $5 to $8 just on YouTube ads. So anytime you click on the ads, you see the ads, anything like that, this is what I'm making daily from that. Now, we saw a huge spike at certain points, and that's generally when people donate money in the super chat. And we had that happen when I did a live stream at Gen Con, and sometimes we'll have that during Kickstarter critiques every once in a while. But you can really start to see where this is ticking up. Now, part of this is just because it's getting colder and people are staying inside, and normally I have a pretty decent holiday bump from, say, the end of November to October. There'll typically be a holiday bump. And I started the holiday bump earlier, and one thing I really wanted to do, and we're going to get into this, is what I wanted to focus on making a lot of how to play videos. And if you're a fan of the channel, then you've noticed they have been getting added pretty rapidly to the channel, and I'm going to show you why. Look at this number. It's been just consistently in this range, and then all of a sudden, we're going to start hitting a lot of double digits. And yes, this is most recently just me hitting a lot of double digits, and I made $28 the day after Thanksgiving, and that to me is amazing. And that doesn't sound like a lot. But as someone who's attempting to push this snowball down the hill, you know, because this is at 8,000 subscribers, what's this number at 80,000 subscribers if I can just keep pushing? You know, maybe that pushing takes another decade. But it's going to be a fun ride along the way. Now let's see what was the most popular things. What's my most popular videos and how much were they generating? So views-wise, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Oh, this is the last 365 days. Whoops, we're just looking for November, almost. There we go. So, yes, and we'll go daily once again so we can look at this. Subscribers, we only had one negative day in the entire month. That was also really good, because I'll be honest with you, when you have a negative day, it's just like such a down day. Because I look at my numbers so often because, you know, this is my full-time job right now. I stay at home, and I make sure my kids don't have to take daycare and that sort of thing. But when your numbers go down numerous days in a row, it's just like, it hits you in the chest. You know they're going to go back up because more people are going to find you and more people are going to like what you do. But it's always just like, wow. And but that's why we analyze these numbers to see what was I doing that is not hitting the mark. And I'm going to try and do that more. And we're going to do that in a second. So let's check out what the most popular videos were. Illuminati 2nd edition. Once again, this was a Gen Con Bonanza interview I did in 2018, which just has legs. And I'm so scared to mess with anything with this video. Typically, I try to make the videos look better now than they used to look. And this one is just like the image. But I don't want to fix it. I don't want to tweak anything because it's just moving the needle right now. And I don't know why. But 2,200 people watched that interview from 3 years ago. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So then this was a YouTube short, which I'm still dabbling in the YouTube shorts. I was a lot hotter in it in the past few months. But honestly, I'm having trouble seeing the long game. I'm having trouble seeing why I would do this over TikTok. And part of the appeal of the YouTube shorts and why I don't do too much TikTok was just because when I do, YouTube Shorts, it's just so easy. Like, I open up my YouTube app on my phone, and there's a button that just says create a YouTube short. And then I can do whatever I want. I can be silly, I can be crazy, I can get this idea out of my head about board games or rule books or whatever it is, and it can be up in like less than 5 minutes. That's part of the amazing part of creating YouTube Shorts and why they're so fun. And when they hit, that's cool. And we're gonna dig deeper into these numbers in a second and see how many subscribers this game, because that's really what I'm noticing. I'm not making any money off YouTube Shorts, but I'm hoping that we're gonna be gaining subscribers from them. That's what I saw the last few months, but that has been teetering down. So next we have the Eilic. This is a Kickstarter critique I did for a tiny robot, 1,200 views, awesome. Once again, that's drawing in a whole new sector. And so hopefully I see some subscribers from this, and these people are like, maybe they get deeper to the board game hobby. How to play Skyjo the card game. And so we have their first Skip the Rules video, which until like up to a few months ago, I wasn't doing pretty much any of these. Like maybe I trickle one out every 3 or 4 months. I liked the idea of doing them. I could see that this is something that I needed to start doing, but it wasn't until I think about early September this month where I was like, you know what, I'm really going to commit to doing this. And that's why you saw so many of them. And for this to be my 4th most popular video for all of November tells me a lot. Because Kickstarter critiques are normally the ones that dominate this top 10 category, because I love the Kickstarter critique segment. That's not going anywhere, because when they boom big, but they boom for a short period of time generally, and then they just kind of teeter off. These videos, however, are just going to be consistent evergreen videos. And when we get more to the financials and the behind-the-scenes sort of things, that's why I love doing these videos, because this How to Play Skyjo card game, in theory, should be just getting me a little bit of money every single week. Every week, just trickle, 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 trickle. It's going to be an evergreen video. And making an evergreen video is awesome. And the more you make of those, the money just keeps rising. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because, I'm trying to make this into a real full-time gig where it's not pretty much just a single income household. Which, right now, I'm putting a chunk in. You'll see more when we get to the Patreon and all the different stuff that I'm working on. But yes, How to Play videos, big, and they're definitely going to be something I continue to do. And in fact, there's a whole fun aspect of that. I do a lot of research into what specific How to Play videos to shoot. Because I now am looking at it from a cost analysis and I have it all written down. Like, this is a huge list of games, and I have like 2 of these post-it notes of games that I am buying. And I write down the cost of the game, and then my goal is to try and see if I can make more than that amount, and how long it takes me to make more than that amount, and then how much more is going to be made on top of that amount. And then, it's not just that, but I'm also purchasing games, and then I can put out reviews and gameplay videos for these games that I have done a lot of research on and I believe are going to be popular games. And this was a game that I believe was going to be a popular game. It was missing a well-done How to Play video, and I said, I have never heard of this game in my life, but this is a game that I need to do a How to Play video on, and it's going to be one of my biggest videos ever, I do believe, at some point. And we'll talk about that. And here's the thing. That means a lot from me. I try and be a realist when it comes to my videos, but these How to Play videos honestly have me shooting for the stars. So we have a Game Found critique, and I have a lot of concerns with Game Found. I am very, very curious to know what's going on behind the scenes at Game Found. One thing that I did notice was there was a ROM based on the PC game, and there's an app of it too, which is pretty good as well. I have it. Game that was supposed to be launching on GameFound, and they pulled it from the front page. So I don't know what's going on there. And some of the projects, I don't think that we're doing as well as they had hoped they would do. It's just really interesting. So then we have How to Play Uno Triple Play Stealth. And this, honestly, this was a scary purchase for me. As I said, I was purchasing some games. And when it's a one-income household, that means a lot to me that I'm purchasing these games. And, like, I tell my wife, like, my amazing wife, Melina, I'm, like, always, like, hey, I would like to purchase, I'm thinking about buying this number of games for this number of dollars. You okay with that? And she's like, I don't care. But it's just, like, it's like, because I feel like I'm gambling, but I'm not. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But this was the hot, new Uno. And it was like $20-something. And I was like, I want to buy it. I want to make a How to Play video. I want to make a gameplay video. I want to get all these up early, and then I want to see if I can make that money back by the end of the holidays, or how much it's going to make back. And we'll get into that. We're going to see right now. I'm excited. I don't know for sure. So then we have a Kickstarter critique. How to play Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3. Once again, one of those ones that I pinpointed as one I wanted to make sure I did. And then the Clue Suspect card game. Now, this is very interesting to me. So, with this one, if you're a fan of this segment, you will remember this is typically one that is in my top 3 videos just on a routine basis. This Clue Suspect card game review. And so what I then thought to myself was there's clearly a need for more content on this specific game if it's getting this many views. And so I went back and rebought that game as one of the games that I'm purchasing, and I did a how to play video on it. And I was curious to see if this video would still continue to maintain its steam, or would this new how to play video, completely kill this video, or would they coexist, and would it, like, what would that look like? And so let's check it out. I'm excited to dig into these numbers a little bit deeper. And I just love how every single one of these videos kind of has its own different story. And I think that's kind of cool to bring you behind the scenes. So what numbers do we really want to see here? We want to see revenue. We obviously want to see... Oh, no, what are you doing? Oh, I need to go down here. I'm a noob. So here we go. So this is for November. We want to see some very important things. Estimated revenue. Yeah, how much did a video actually make? Let's see. Subscribers gained. Always a good one to look at. Subscribers lost. Typically it doesn't tell us much, but sometimes it will. Anything else we want to look at? I would like to look at card clicks, because I hate cards. I don't feel like cards do much for me the way I do them. And I want to see if people are clicking on the how to play. So on the how to play videos, every single how to play video pretty much, I put a card up there that says, learn how to play other games. Because I'm just like, if you're playing, say, Clue card game with your kids, and you like this video, and you're like, oh, wow, this is super convenient. And then you're like, I like how the person is doing this video, and you click on that, and then maybe you just look at some of the games, you say, oh, wow, kids, any of these games look cool to you? That sort of thing. Like, I don't know if that's how people shop. I don't know if that's how people do stuff. So, I'm excited to see this. So, anywho, let's see what the most popular money-making videos were, because this is a money-making thing. So, how to play the Sky Joe card game, $14.41. I believe I paid $15 for this game. And once again, this is in the month of November, and I posted this on October 28th, so this video is probably close to paying for itself. That excites me to no end. And I also think I did a Bauer Plays, and that also tells me other things. When I see this, that also tells me that I need to do more content on this. I need to be like, hey, game night, you guys down to play Sky Joe, so we could do a Thoughts from the Corner on it. Like an actual review segment on it. And I'm going to start looking at these numbers more. And, like, I hope to get Sky Joe card game to my next game night. It might cruise down for, like, a lightweight filler game. So we can do that. Because there's clearly a need for content on this very specific game. Same with how... Should I go back and play this with Luke? I think we actually did do a Bauer Family Learns and he got really mad. But yes... So my top earning videos, and here's the other thing, the reason why I believe these earn more money is because people watch them longer. They stay engaged. Typically people jump around a video. You can't really jump around in a how to play video typically. So I like that, and that's great for the money behind the scenes. How to play. So my top 3 earners are Uno. So these are, and then so 4 of my top 5 are how to play videos. Now, put this into perspective. I have, I think, now literally like nearly 4,000 videos. I have 4,000 uploads, but it doesn't mean I have 4,000 videos. But I'm getting close to 4,000 videos. And 5 of my top videos are how to play videos. That tells me a lot. That tells me a lot about what I need to do, which is I need to maintain what I'm doing. Because I've gained 8,000 subscribers. Wow, I can't talk right now. My mouth is very dry. I apologize. Since I've gained 8,000 subscribers, doing reviews and gameplay content and interviews, I want to continue to do that. But I want to just carve this whole other lane that is just nothing but how to play as well. And so I want to be putting out numerous ones of those a week for very specific board games. Now, I know what people are going to say. You should start doing the more advanced ones, and I am planning on it. We're getting there. Making how to play videos is scary for me still. I'm getting it down, and for simple games, it's starting to become something I can very easily do, which I like. But now I'm going to try and push into more medium weight games. Well, not medium, but like family weight games. Things like, stuff that would come out from Blue Orange Games. And I do eventually plan to get to that. I don't know what it'll be. Right now, I'll be quite honest, there is a stack of games over there that I have that I know need content. These are games that I have pinpoint thought, hey, a video covering this game would do very, very well. And so I want to get through those games first, get them all up before the holidays. That's the goal. Fingers crossed. And then move on to, in the new year, experimenting with more gamery style games and doing how to play videos on those. Because I really would love to do that. Because I think that just having all these how to play videos enables people to get into the hobby so much easier. And I love that. I absolutely adore that. I love the fact knowing that like this how to play Grinch Grow Your Heart card game is hopefully going to get thousands of families to sit down and play a game. Like that's so amazing to me. Like that fills me with joy. It makes my heart grow 3 sizes. So I love that. But speaking of this was one that I pinpoint was like, I need to get this game. I think this game is going to be very, very hot. And then I turned around and found out it's also going to be at Walmart. And that was like, whoa, I thought it was going to be hot before I knew it was at Walmart. And now that I know it's at Walmart, I got the video up. I got it day 1 up. And it's actually a pretty fun little game as well. Which means I think the game's going to have legs. I imagine they're going to mass produce the living snot out of this game. Having that Dr. Seuss license. And this could potentially be, one of my biggest videos ever. Because here's the thing. My biggest video is ever like 100,000 views. 150, something like that. Which is amazing. Amazing to me. But with these style videos, I typically see these style videos with 100K, 70K, 50K. They're just going to be the ones that continually trickle in. And that's amazing to me. And I'm excited to see how these do, so January, February, March, April, into the summertime. But I think they're just going to be evergreen videos for the most part, hopefully. And evergreen videos means a video that is just going to continually make income. With reviews, most of the times they just kind of die off. But money raised, box 1, and this was actually the start of this. I bought this last November, when I really wanted to take more risks and start investing into Bauer's Game Corner, and I bought this game. And I remember going to Target and spending like $115 and just like feeling like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And it paid off. It really paid off. Let's zoom in on that one. Yeah, that one game has raised $98 since last year. And that's just for this video. This is a Bauer Plays. This is where I just sat down and played a game of it, which I'm trying to do more of. Because I know, especially with popular games, those are very popular videos. So I want to do more of those. I know I'm working on that, and I want to do more advanced ones as well, but we'll get there. But it gains 28 subscribers. That's amazing. And there's a part 2 to this, because it was a very long video, and I even did a review. And so those are additional videos. Oh, whoa, what are we doing? We're in the wrong spot. Those are additional videos that, I got to right-click. I do apologize. That are going to have more subscribers, more views, more all that good stuff. So we got to fix this back up. Subscribers gained. Subscribers lost. And while we're doing this, I'm actually going to talk briefly about one of the other income sources that I have, because I am going to try and make this a really in-depth look at how much Bauer's Game Corner makes in a typical month. And I can't estimated revenue. There we go. And that's the Patreon. I do have a Patreon. I am not active on Patreon, and I would love if you checked out the Patreon. That'd be amazing, because it's just a consistent income stream. It's just like $69 just accumulates in there, and honestly, I've never withdrawn it. It's one of those things where it's just like an emergency pocket that I have. Like I tell my wife, it's like, it has this much money, so if we ever have like a car issue or something like that, we can pull it and it's there. And so that's why that Patreon is so amazing. That just gives me a little bit more security for me and my family. So if you are a Patreon supporter, thank you so much. And if you would like to, consider it. But I don't do anything special over there. I want to one day. But as you can see, there's just so many different ways that I'm trying to stretch out the channel. And I'm trying to see, dip my toes into each one a little bit and see which ones are going to be the most lucrative, I guess would be. All right. So let's take a look at. So this was a really interesting one. In a Pickle. This was one that I saw was a massively popular game. In a Pickle has over 1 million copies sold. And there's no how to play video on it. And I said, well, I have In a Pickle on my shelf. I used to. And it's like, why don't I just make a how to play video? I made a how to play video on it, and it's made $5.68. since November 9th, and this is a, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old game, which tells me there is a market for this. And this is why I'm trying to find these games that need a how-to-play video, because they're low-key popular. And I think part of the reason why is most people in the board game hobby aren't covering games like this. You know, I don't want to call them like elitist or anything, but they kind of like, they don't typically dip their toes into it too much. Or if they do, it's like, oh, check out this Monopoly Life or something like that. It's like a Mario Monopoly or something like that. It's like something really, really popular. And I think there's a whole market there that, like, I have always kind of been tickling because I cover everything, and now I'm just leaning more into that specific aspect. Which I think Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple told me I should do like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I guess I kind of am now, because I'm just putting more content out on these mass market style games, but just a different style content, which is how to play videos, which is what people are interested in. 400 people watched that video on a completely not new game in 1 month. And it made me $5.68. And I don't see why that's not a consistent stream, which is awesome. Incoherent Family Edition. Then look down here. Like, this is just how to play. Like, this is just trickle, how to play. So every one of these, if I could get 1,000 of these going, and I know that sounds ridiculous, like 1,000 of these? Well, it's like, yeah, I've put up 4,000 videos almost. 1,000 of these doesn't really seem that much to me, because I love doing it. I love, but it's really interesting to me. It's fascinating. And you can see why I've leaned so hard into it. We've got Kickstarter critiques. And so that's pretty much my two most dominant popular segments right now are the Kickstarter critiques and the how to play videos. And I feel so fortunate to have not just one, but 2 segments like this. Like, that's huge to me. And so that's why I'm always trying different segments out as well. One segment that I'm really interested to see where it fell was there's my Buyer Beware. Was this for November? Yeah. So apparently the Prep Chef Skillet, I'm going to guess it was released or something, because people are coming back to this video, and I know I've gotten a couple compliments on the video or something like that, and it's $2.22. So those ones, okay. So, and that's a segment. Like I said, I did one for Pokemon, and that's one I really want to check out. How to play. Yeah, so I'll go down here, and there's that part 2. So that one made me $1.99. That's a burger. I got a burger off that Neil Patrick Harris game a year after I bought it. That's amazing to me. Bauer Family Plays, that new Uno, because that was another. So I made $1.91 off of that, which then goes towards me feeling nervous about spending $22 on it. The Deer in the Headlights game review, which is one that I need to get a how to play video up. This is a consistent gainer for me. And so I'm going to put this one on my list to do, because it just makes sense. Now we have the top 300 list, which didn't hit the mark. It was a very interesting video. It was just me talking here and going through Board Game Geek. But it's got some good thumbage on that. How to play Don't Wake Daddy, Left, Center, Right, and then How to play I Spy, Eagle Eye. And I need to upgrade that to look better. So that's the money game. Let's see what subscribers lost. Let's see if anything made people mad. Ilek, a little companion robot. 2 people did not like that. They didn't like that I was dipping too much into the tech, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to speculate on something like that. Mindbug Kickstarter critique. I was pretty negative on that one. Friday versus Sharing of Nanakan. So one person was like, I'm tired of the game Gauntlet. But overall, I don't see a huge number anywhere. And so I can't read too much into any of this. So I don't. And typically I don't ever look at the subscribers lost unless there's like a glaring number, which there's not. Because, moving on to subscribers game, this is where I look. So this is Mothership Sci-Fi Horror RPG. And once again, this is something that I have been noticing. I do tabletop role-playing game content. It gets me subscribers. And it doesn't lose me subscribers. Because it's not my lane, but, I mean, come on. I mean, we're in the same lane for the most part. I mean, so 7 subscribers gained, 0 subscribers lost. That tells me that I need to be more on the ball about covering the big, hot tabletop role-playing games. Because I'll be brutally honest with you, I'm not a role player, and when I cover them, it's like, I know I need to cover it, but it feels more like work. Whereas with board games, I'm like, ooh, I wonder how Eagle Griffin Games handled this new Kickstarter. Like, I don't know, I just look at it completely different because it's my lane, but I still enjoy covering them. I always do, and apparently people enjoy watching them. So, note to self, cover more role-playing game stuff. That's why we need to analyze these numbers. Nostalgic's trading card game. This one, I absolutely trashed them. I trashed another trading card game. I just hate trading card games on Kickstarter, apparently. They all look so damn shady. I can't help it. Tell me. But apparently 7 subscribers gained. They like the cut of my jig. Elder Scroll, 7. And so and that tells me Kickstarter Critique doing its job. It's bringing in new subscribers. And I've been doing so many of them, I think it's to the point now where it's just like convincing them. Like maybe they watch the first time, they're like, it's kind of good. Then they come back the second time, and then the third time they're like, fine, I'll give that subscribe. I don't know. I don't know how people subscribe. I don't know anybody's habits. It fascinates me. So same thing here. But once again, that's why I don't read too much into the subscribers lost, because while we lost 2 subscribers there, we gained 6. And I gained $8.21. That's spectacular. If I could gain that every day from a Kickstarter Critique, boy howdy. Because once again, I'm at 8,000 subscribers. Pushing that ball, that number's going up. And I just need to keep pushing the ball. But it's easier to push the ball with the evergreen videos because it just makes me feel like I'm accomplishing more. If that makes sense, I don't know. Let me know if I'm going too in-depth here. Like, I'm trying to bring you behind the scenes of everything. Which means, yeah, let's take a moment. Let's pivot to another steady source of income that I have. Well, not steady. It's actually incredibly unsteady. That's my Fiverr. And so if you just watch the videos, you don't even know potentially about this, which is that I offer board game related services on Fiverr. So I walk you step by step how to make a board game. And no one's ever actually took this pledge level. I don't know what it would be like, but it would essentially be like I would just have Zooms with you on a regular basis and say, this is what you need to do. This, like, I would just tell you all the things, all the dots you need to check. Nobody's taken it, but one day. Next we have, I will create a preview for you. This is where I do a Kickstarter video for someone. I actually just got an order for one of these, or they're going to order in the next day or two, which is awesome, because $200, that is huge. But then I also offer, like, other special services, so, like, you can get it earlier. For like I will pump out a video for you in one day for $200. Like, if you're gonna give me $400, oh no, actually I think you have to go. Oh wait, can you just go? Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll pump it out faster. And so sometimes when those gets taken, that's amazing because that's just like $400. If I could get one of those every single week, like that's not like that's minimum wage where I live. That'd be amazing. The thing with this is Kickstarter videos always typically feel like work. Like they do. Like when you have to do the Kickstarter, like a lot of times the rules are really bad and it's just, yeah. So continuing on, I'll create, so this is the Kickstarter critique level, which is actually about to get raised because I just got another order. And so what I've been doing is I've been slowly raising the price. It was at $25, then I started to get some reviews, and I got positive reviews, 4.8 out of 37 reviews. Because that's the other thing. I think a lot of people, like, maybe wonder, like, what do game publishers actually think about these? And the overwhelming majority is very positive. They see that I'm not like, I'm coming at it from a perspective where I want to help. I want to try and help based on all the crap that I've seen and all the stuff that I go through. But you see it, so 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. And that's awesome. And I will say every time I do a Kickstarter critique and it's like a Fiverr and they pay me $45 and then I'm like, and then I do a bad one where I'm like, oh, I give the project like a D or something. I'm always like, oh my gosh, are they going to 1-star me? Are they going to 1-star me? But no, everyone's been like, that was such fantastic criticism. Like, it was very blunt and transparent, and I do like, and there's extras for that too, where you can even go, like, we get a Zoom call afterwards where it's like you pick my brain, I pick your brain, like little things like that. And this is also going to be something that I'm potentially doing in the future with another person in the board game industry. I don't want to name names or anything like that, but they're hoping to add it to their repertoire of services that they offer. So I would essentially be helping them do people's Kickstarters, but not really. Like, it's a weird thing. We're going to figure out where it is, but it could potentially be another little trickle of income to Bauer's Game Corner. I'm just kind of piecemealing all of this together. And once again, so I have $2,624 here, and that's spectacular to me. That is a used car if my wife's car goes out right now. Because right now we're down to one car. My car went out, and we're like, it's not worth fixing. And I don't need a car right now. But, like, that's a used car right there. And so that's amazing as well. That's why we just try and have these little pools of money that I can pull from for emergencies. And that's how I like to handle my finances. Because way behind the corner, when I was 18, I got a lot of life insurance from my mother. My mother died when I was 12. I got a boatload of life insurance, and I blew it all. I had a blast and a half, and I blew it all. Learned a lot of stuff. And so then I now am much better about handling finances. I try to always have these pockets of money around, like buried in the ground, like I'm crazy Uncle Forrest. And then this one right here. This is one that I'm actually about to raise the prices as well, because I got another order. I think it's going to go well. But I will inspect your board game rule booklet. It's $45. And then the longer the rule booklet, it goes to $90 and then $100 and something dollars. And that is literally where I just go through a rule booklet and then I just write down all the notes and like what I would recommend and what's industry standard and what like, and that's another one. That's interesting work as well. So back to the videos though. So subscribers gained. We got Kickstarter critiques. So this is what I'm looking for here. The YouTube shorts. What if board games was like prison? Got 4 subscribers. That was a really easy segment to do, but it's a very narrow segment. I don't like it's such an odd concept because I have another video, which is what if board games was like prison, but it's just I don't even know where to go with it. Like every once in a while ideas will pop into my brain and then I'll try and pump them into a video. But yeah, I don't know how long that segment's going to last. How to play Monopoly Dice, and that's what I want to see as well. That's what I'm really curious. I know I'm gaining income from these how to play videos, but subscribers is equally as valuable to me. And it's not as valuable. Apparently, subscribers does not matter to as many people as it used to. I still value it a lot, which I just think is odd. But I guess the more you get, the less you care. This is another trading card game. 3 subscribers gained. How to play. So look at that. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. That is 4 families who are now going to be learning how to play videos from Bauer's Game Corner. I love it. I love seeing that. Monster Apocalypse board game, Float from the Deep, Kickstarter, Apples to Apples. And this is such a weird one. And this is an experiment I'm actually going to do. And I'm going to bring you in on it. I did it with Mad Gab, and I'm going to do it with Apples to Apples. Mad Gab already has a how to play video, but it's not a particularly popular how to play video, for whatever reason. Like, it has a high dislike to like ratio or whatever it is, where it's not, like, bad, but it's, like, not great. And I want to see if I put out a more professional, because that's what I do with the how to play. I do them just straight up professional how to play video, if it will generate, if it can essentially just bump that one. Because the other thing is, the how to play video on Mad Gab, I think is from the Game Doctor, who is unfortunately a dead channel. They did some really cool stuff. And so now this is just my experiment to see if it will usurp it. Like, does YouTube prefer a living channel versus a dead channel? Like, I'm so excited. And now I see Apples to Apples, which once again, there's 100 videos out on Apples to Apples. There's how to play videos up the wazoo from Apples to Apples. But for whatever reason, my Apples to Apples review continues to earn income. This is an 8-year-old video. And it's still making me $2.23 every month. So if I do a how to play Apples to Apples video, is YouTube just like cult of the new? Is it just going to pump it up over other how to play videos that have like 100,000 views? I'm going to do the experiment. I'm going to find out. Probably around February we'll know. So, you like this segment? Because, like I said, let me know if I'm going too in detail in this segment. Not enough. I feel like at this point I'm going just full Monty on you right here. How to play Don't Wake Daddy, how to play Bluff Your Dice Game, 2 subscribers. Once again, this is a video I put out in January, and it gained me 2 subscribers this month. I will guarantee you any review, any thoughts from the corner that I put out in January did not gain me 2 subscribers this month, chances are, unless it was a Kickstarter one. That's the kind of legs these how to play videos have, and I love that. Sky Jump. So that one's a little bit surprising to me. $14.41, but only 2 subscribers. So people are watching the whole video and presumably liking it. Let's see. I want to check out likes as well. But not as many people subscribing. All right, so what's the, where's my views? Where's my likes? All right, what if board games was like prison? 64. Okay, cool. People on YouTube are liking that. YouTube Shorts. Monster Apocalypse, bad board game rule booklets be like. Awesome. So people are liking the little 15-second skits. And I'll be honest with you, these little sketches are really just my brain. The ADHD, just like, oh, what a random ideas. Float from the Deep. And that's what I love about YouTube Shorts, though. I can just get that out immediately. And it's just out of the world. And maybe people like it, maybe people don't like it. If they don't like it, nobody cares. But if they do like it, then I gain, a subscriber or something. How to play Monopoly Diced. So what am I even looking for here on the likes? I don't know. All right, so subscribers gained, views, we already looked at that pretty much, but you see my most popular, 2,200, 1,500, 1,200, 1,000. So 4 videos hitting the 1,000 view mark. That's great. Elders, at least great for me. And then we got another 4 in the 900, because once again, this is just from the month of November. And let's see, what I really want to check here is, see, are they evergreen videos, or these videos that have legs, or these newer videos? So this is a newer, older video, newer video, newer video, newer video, but I think that one's going to have legs. Newer video, that one's going to be dead in a few months. Newer video. There we go. Okay, this looks solid. All right, anything else that we want to see? I don't think so. Let's check out what's going on right now at Bauer's Game Corner. Like, because I always think it's cool to see the last 48 hours. And then also talk about the last way that I make money. Actually, 2 more ways. So first, I have an agreement with the Game Crafter. And I don't know if it's, I don't feel comfortable like saying how much it is, because I know some people are different about that. But it is a deal where I put out the the Game Crafter Spotlight series, where I do a series of 4 videos every month, focusing on a different Game Crafter game every single month. And so, if you're ever wondering why I do like a setup video and an unboxing video, that's because that's the videos that we agreed upon at the beginning, and that's what they wanted. And that brings in, I'm happy with that. Like, that pays a bill. I will say that much. That what I make a month for that pays a bill. And that really does feel like me contributing to my house, which I love, because I hate feeling like a deadbeat sometimes. Which my wife never thinks that. She actually thinks I work too hard. But I work too hard for a reason. But anywho, so that's an agreement that is awesome, and that's spectacular. And that actually went away during COVID for a while, and then it came back, which is awesome. So hopefully they're enjoying what I'm doing. And I also really do love the Game Crafter. It's a great place to game, make game components, prototypes. Drawing a blank here. Whew, a lot of talking about finances. Okay, 2 more things. So first, Amazon Associate links. I have the Amazon Associate links. I post them in the bottom of every video. These ones I feel like are getting a big uptick now that I'm doing the how to play videos as well, because I'm thinking that people are watching this video, making sure they're going to be able to understand the game, and then going and purchasing the game. And that's why one of the first things I do in that description is that I put link to the game. Now, I've always had an Amazon Associate link down in the bottom, but it was always one of those things where it was so seldomly clicked that I just got to the point where I didn't even put in the right game. I just put, hey, buy on Amazon and support the channel, pretty much. And that would get, like, next to nothing. This, however, is one of my my best months ever on Amazon Associate. And I do believe that there is a direct correlation between the how to play videos and here. Now, granted, it's still not much money. I paid $24.98. But, as the views go up, as the popularity grows, as my Twitter grows, because that's a whole other thing that I have to try and do, is I have to try and stoke the Twitter. As my Instagram sits there and rots away, and I post on it maybe once a month, because that's one that I just decided I don't see how I'm going to make the money out of it. And that's the main thing coming from my perspective, is when I look at all this different social media, when I look at TikTok, when I look at Instagram, when I look at Facebook, when I look at Twitter, when I look at YouTube Shorts, when I look at YouTube, when I look at Patreon, when I look at Fiverr, when I look at everything, I try and figure out which one is going to be the one that I'm going to be able to make money in the easiest for me. And that's what that means is, it might not seem like the things I'm doing are the easiest, but for me personally, it's how to play videos are easier than trying to figure out what to put on my Patreon page for me. And I know that's kind of weird, but it's just I've had so much, I've been on camera so much that and I've taught so many rules. So really, when I look at different social media aspects, I try and figure out which ones I think I can make money on. And Twitter was the one that I think is the best, because a lot of times I'll share Amazon Associate links, and then I'll see directly like, oh, somebody's clicked on this. It'll be like, oh, Catan is on deal for like $25 right now on Amazon. Like, that's just something I share because that's a great deal. And if someone clicks on it, somebody buys it, I get a small portion. You can see right here, this tells you the number of clicks. So I had 36 clicks on this day and made 0 cents on Thanksgiving. But the day before Thanksgiving, I had 15 clicks. And this is, granted, I'm pretty sure I have these Amazon Associate links in roughly 2,000 videos. So they don't get clicked very often. Which is why I've never invested too much time or effort into this. But seeing this rise a little bit makes me change my tune a little bit, and now I'm trying to be a little bit more deliberate, especially with the how to play videos, on putting those in there. So, there we go. That's the last source of income for Bowers Game Corner. Like I said, piecemealing all over the place. But let's check out what's happened in the last 48 hours on Bowers Game Corner. We'll get you out of here. So, stop making this Kickstarter. So this is actually a tip video. So I talk a little bit about Discord in this video and how I think it's being used kind of wrong on Kickstarter right now. And this actually just kind of came from me doing a Kickstarter critique and being like, I should do a video about that. And then I immediately sat down, took a drink, and then did that video on there. And this shows me that I need to do this on a more consistent basis. And I want to dig into this a little bit deeper because I'm wondering if it gained me subscribers. Because I was trying to make this the kind of video that would spread. I did a lot of social media for it. And 1 subscriber. So that sucks a little bit. But that's life. I mean, but the bottom line is 37 cents. And maybe the next time they see one of these videos and they think it's helpful, they click on that subscribe button. Because I have done another one. Maybe I just need to do them more consistently. The bottom line is I don't see anyone thinking this is a negative. I don't know. I'm just trying different things. I guess that's the main point here. So we got this, the how to play on the Grinch. That's awesome. Last 48 hours. How to play Skyjo. Yeah. And then what do we got down here? Pictureka. So I do also want to do, so you're this late, I want to tell you about one of the big things I'm working on right now. I am super excited about it, and I think it could potentially be the biggest video I ever do, by a lot. I think it could have millions of views, maybe. Or it could completely fall flat on its face because it's too damn weird. But I want to show it to you right now. Actually, let's see. Last 60 minutes was the most popular. Yeah, of course it's Illuminati 2nd Edition. Why would it be anything other than Illuminati 2nd Edition? Also, LCR, do I need to do a how to play on LCR? Because my review of that and Apples to Apple, they always get viewed, despite the fact they have... either way, great. Maybe they just want a review. I love it, though. That tickles me pink. But I want to show you what I'm working on right now, which has just been a crazy kind of ordeal. But it is a video that I'm going to put up titled Play Monopoly Junior on YouTube. And I'm going to allow people, kids, to play Monopoly Junior on YouTube by clicking the card links up above. This is really stress-inducing because, as you can see, there's like so many of these. Now, you can't actually see these videos. These are all unlisted videos. There's only going to be one of these videos that you see. But every single time, you're going to have, really what it is me telling the kids, hey, roll the dice. But then throughout the game, you're also going to have decisions that you have to make. And you click on a card in the upper right-hand corner. And it'll be like, do you want to roll this dice or roll this dice? And then depending on which card they click, they go to a different video. And it's a different ending and a story outcome. And I've been working on it now behind the scenes for like a week and a half, and it's absolutely brain-burning just because it's like I'm time traveling from one video to the next video to the next video to the next video. There's going to be like 23 of these videos back here for the one main video, and I don't know what anyone's going to think about the segment, but I would love it if you have kids to try it out with them. I have 2 characters. One's like a monkey and one's a puppy, and we talk about how sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. And I tried to make it more like a kids style show. I tried to go completely out of my lane for a minute, but still board game, so it's in my lane. And this is going to be coming in the next week or 2. I'm still just trying to piecemeal it all together. I've had a couple issues with the cards, but it's a format that if it gets popular, I have a couple other games that I'm going to try and make it work with. And I could see this being the biggest segment in the history of Bowers Game Corner, or I could see it being just another failure. But Kickstarter Critique could have been just another failure, but now it's not. How to Play could have been just another failure, but it's not. And so the only way I'm going to find more of these segments is by taking these swings. But thanks for joining, I'm assuming that if you stayed this long, that you like this amount of behind-the-scenes, in-depth coverage. I don't know. But this is the ins and outs of running a small YouTube channel. And I imagine that a lot of other content creators in different fields are around the same thing. You're not going to be making all your money on YouTube. You're going to be making it through third-party sources, through Patreons, through Fivers, through Amazon Associate links, through sponsored videos, through things like that. And so if you enjoy this sort of content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.